Today, we are heading to the southwest of Martinique. Between artisanal traditions, the memory of slavery, dreamlike beaches and wild coves, this day takes us from Les Trois-Îlets to the Diamond Rock, passing through the Savannah of the Slaves, Anse Noire, Grand Anses-d'Arlet, and many other hidden treasures. An immersive journey through history, nature, and the gentle rhythm of Creole life. If you want to keep following our adventures, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Our day begins peacefully in the heart of a unique place, the Pottery village, located in Les Trois-Îlets. Surrounded by green hills, this colorful hamlet was built on the remains of a former Jesuit estate founded around 1660 and has been transformed into a craft village since the 1980s.
I get carried away when the sunset fades.
From the very first steps, you can feel the soul of the place. The red brick buildings and sun-warmed rooftops tell stories from another era. We head toward a workshop called Aux Deux Gouttes d'Eau, one of the village's emblematic studios. Inside, the air is cool and damp. The smell of wet clay wraps around us instantly. This is where Alexandre Del works, a potter and ceramist who returned to settle in Martinique in 2010 after spending over 30 years in mainland France. He grew up in a world of clay. His father was a potter and began shaping pieces in secret at the age of 14 after spending countless hours observing the artisans in his neighborhood. He learned by watching, and then, one day, his hands simply followed. His creations, blending sculpture and functional pottery, embody his dual heritage, that of the Caribbean and that of mainland France. Unique pieces, shaped with patience and passion, which he now displays in this workshop he helped bring to life. Aux Deux Gouttes d'Eau isn't just a name, it's a place of transmission and of memory. As we step out of the studio, we stroll along the lanes, lined with art galleries, shops, workshops, and cafes nestled under the trees. Everything here invites you to slow down. To take time to look, to touch, to talk.
Flashing by me one last time. Oh.
Along the way, we meet artisans, always eager to share their passion or tell the story behind each piece. A place on human scale, authentic, where craftsmanship is still very much alive and deeply rooted in the island. It's a gentle entry into this new day of exploration, a day of memory, tradition, and human connection. After this immersion in traditional craftsmanship, we shift to a completely different world. We head toward the Vatable forest, a unique ecosystem just a few kilometers away. We park at the edge of a small dirt path and continue on foot into this mysterious environment. From the first steps, the atmosphere changes. The air grows more humid, denser. Above us, the canopy filters the sunlight, casting golden rays and moving shadows across the forest floor. Under the towering tropical trees, A wooden path winds through roots and foliage. The silence is gentle here, broken only by the rustle of leaves in the wind. At the end of the trail, a small wooden building blends into the landscape. This is the Mangrove House, an educational space designed to help visitors understand this unique coastal ecosystem of Martinique. Through maps, models, and videos, we learn about the mangrove's essential role: a natural barrier against erosion, a biodiversity reservoir, and a nursery for fish, shrimp, and crabs. The mangrove trees, with their aerial roots, form a fascinating tangle, part tree, part living sculpture. A fragile universe, vital for protecting the coasts, preserving biodiversity, filtering water by trapping sediments and pollutants, and even regulating the climate, as mangroves store significant amount of carbon in their soils, making them precious allies in the fight against global warming. This peaceful stop in nature is a reminder that Martinique is not only about beaches, it's also lived in its wetlands, vibrant, teeming with life, discreet, but powerful. We leave the mangrove behind and head towards a powerful site of remembrance, the Savannah of the Slaves. Just a few kilometers inland from the sea, in the heart of Trois-Îlets, this place was entirely imagined, built, and maintained by one man, Gilbert Larose. Over more than 20 years, through patience and deep conviction, he brought to life a traditional village made of wood and mud to tell history in a different way. Not the history of the colonizers, noble families, or official dates, but the story of the enslaved, the resistors, the forgotten. At the entrance, the setting is simple. Traditional huts, a Creole garden, old tools. No embellishments, just the essentials. The path winds between fruit trees, yam fields, and silent statues. Throughout the visit, informative signs explain the daily life of enslaved people, their working conditions, their food, their traditions, their resistance. Simple, clear language. Facts laid out plainly. We also discovered the post-slavery era rural housing in Martinique, beliefs and survival techniques passed down despite oppression. Here, history isn't something to be observed from a distance. It's lived close to the ground at eye level. As the visit unfolds, a quiet settles in, and we live with a deeper understanding of what the life of enslaved people was like and the legacies they left behind. After this visit, we head back toward the coast for a brief stop at Pointe du Bout. From the promontory, the view stretches over the bay of Trois-Îlets and across the water to Fort-de-France, which appears faintly through the haze. The waters are calm, dotted with sailboats and colorful traditional boats. It's a beautiful panorama of the peninsula with its green hills and rugged coves. we don't linger for long. Our next stop brings us back to history, but from a different perspective. A few kilometers away, on the grounds of the former Pagerie sugar plantation, we discover a place that tells another story of the 18th century Martinique. Joséphine, the future Empress of the French, was born here in 1763 and grew up in this tropical setting. The museum displays a few personal belongings and explores Joséphine's Caribbean childhood, her life at Malmaison, and her enduring connection to the island she left at the age of 16. But the site doesn't shy away from the darker aspects of history. Born into a family of planters, Joséphine remained tied to a system built on slavery. In 1802, Napoleon reinstated slavery in the colonies, a decision to which he is believed to have contributed, according to several historians. In the gardens, the ruins of the mill and sugar refinery are still visible, the last remnants of a vanished world. A striking contrast after visiting the Savannah of the slaves. Two parallel realities, two legacies that Martinique still carries today. We leave the heights of the Pagerie estate and head back down to the sea. Arriving at Anse-d'Arlet, this family-friendly beach, lined with coconut palms and sea grape trees, opens onto a wide bay with calm waters, perfect for swimming. Here, life moves to a different rhythm. Less touristy than Pointe du Bout and quieter than the southern coves, Anse-d'Arlet has managed to retain a sense of authenticity. From this spot, water shuttles connect to Fort-de-France in just a few minutes, offering a lovely view of the bay. But for us, it's a perfect chance to take a short break. A moment to catch our breath, watch the fishing boats, listen to children's laughter, and simply enjoy the present. We continue on to two of the most iconic coves along the southwest coast, Anse du Four and Anse Noire, twin coves separated only by a rocky outcrop, yet completely different in character. Anse du Four, with its golden sand and fishing boats, looks like a picture-perfect postcard. Right next door, Anse Noire surprises with its dark volcanic sand, the only beach of its kind on this side of the island. Both share crystal clear waters, ideal for spotting sea turtles. But on this day, stopping for long isn't an option. Parking is scarce, access is tricky, and cars are already lining the roadside. The popularity of the spot sometimes comes at the cost of peace and quiet. So we make a quick stop, just long enough to admire the coves from above and imagine the serenity they offer in the off-season. We continue our journey towards the beaches of les Anses-d'Arlet. Following the coastal road, we reach one of the most photographed spots in all of Martinique, Grand Anse-d'Arlet. The moment we arrive, it's easy to see why. The village, nestled between the hills and the sea, looks like it was lifted straight from a postcard. At its center, a small white shuttered church faces the sea. Just across from it, a long wooden pier stretches out into the turquoise water. It's this iconic image, seen from above, that appears everywhere. On brochures, social media, travel souvenirs. But beyond the cliché, the place still holds an authentic charm. Colorful houses, fishermen mending their nets, children jumping off the pier. Everything here breathes simplicity and ease. The beach curves gently along the bay, lined with a few restaurants and leaning coconut trees. A bit further south, Anses-d'Arlet offers an even quieter and more intimate setting. A tiny fishing village, a sheltered beach, a few boats pulled up onto the sand. This is where people come for peace, away from the crowds. Between the two coves lies the same Creole charm, the same calm atmosphere, and that same feeling of never wanting to leave. As we head south again, the road begins to wind tighter. The vegetation grows denser, and then, around a bend, it appears. The Diamond Rock. Imposing, solitary, as if placed in the middle of the sea. This 175-meter-high basalt block rises from the water less than 3 kilometers off the coast. Its name comes from the shimmering reflections of its steep cliffs when they catch the sunlight at certain times of day. But the rock isn't just a scenic backdrop. It's also a piece of history. A former British military outpost in the 19th century, it was turned into an impregnable fortress and then abandoned just a few months later. From the viewpoint above the town of Le Diamant, the view is striking. The deep blue sea surrounds this mineral giant, isolated, battered by waves. A place as captivating as it is mysterious. After gazing at the Diamond Rock, we continue a few kilometers toward Anse Noire, where the Cap 110 memorial stands. It was created in 1998 at the initiative of the municipality of Le Diamant to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the abolition of slavery. The artist behind it is Laurent Valère, a Martiniquan born in 1959, already known for monumental sculptures such as Man-Man-Lo in Saint-Pierre. The memorial itself consists of 15 reinforced concrete busts, each about 2.5 meters tall and weighing nearly 4 tons. They are arranged in a triangular formation, a powerful symbol of the transatlantic slave trade, and face east-southeast at an azimuth of 110 degrees, pointing towards the Gulf of Guinea, the origin of so many tragic journeys. The use of white concrete, mixed with sand from Trinidad and Tobago, is deliberate. In Caribbean cultures, it symbolizes mourning. The bowed figures, their gaze turned towards the sea, convey the silent pain of broken destinies. Officially inaugurated on May 22, 1998, the day commemorating the abolition of slavery, the site honors the memory of the last slave shipwreck in Martinique, which occurred during the night of April 8 to 9, 1830, when several dozen Africans perished chained in the ship's hold. To close this rich and contrasting day, we make one last stop at the famous Diamond Beach. A long stretch of golden sand, facing the iconic rock that shares its name. It's one of Martinique's most emblematic beaches. But behind its gentle appearance lies a wilder character. The sea here is often rough, with steady swells and strong currents that make swimming dangerous. There are no life-guarded swimming zones, and the waves can catch even experienced swimmers off guard. That said, the sea does occasionally calm down. There are a few days each year, estimated at just 10 to 15, when the beach offers an exceptionally still, lake-like sea, as one local explained to us. This usually happens during the austral summer, between July and September, where there is no wind or swell. Such moments are rare, and all the more precious. So this evening, we stay on the shore, feet in the water, eyes turned toward the horizon, with the feeling that in a single day, we've experienced the richness of an island, its history, its landscapes, its silences. And yet, Martinique still hasn't revealed all its secrets. Tomorrow, we'll set off on a boat trip to the Fond Blanc with Gerald and discover waterfalls, tropical gardens, and hidden beaches. See you soon for new discoveries.